We are out and about today, off on another adventure. I've got, finally after 5 or 6 months, Julesy. She has come out today. Life's got a little bit easier for her. She's trying to tie up a few loose ends with her business and properties. The girl's about to retire in a couple of years, so she's a bit under pressure of late. So we're going to have a nice walk along the Piles Creek loop track down here at Giracool. Look at this place. Now, I'm not all that happy that we have to pay for parking, but this is where we're at, Brisbane Water National Park at the Giracool picnic area. Giracool. Let's see what this sign says and then we'll head on in. It's meant to be a grade 5 walk. Now, we haven't done too many grade 5s, but looking on the map it doesn't seem all that hard. This plaque was unveiled at the dedication ceremony of the Giracool Nature Trails by the Honourable T. Lewis MLA, Minister for Lands and Mines, on 11th of September 1965. Well done, Mr. Lewis. We're going to walk the track and see what it's like. Okay, we're in the car park here, and this is the walk that we're going to take today. Look at that. Giracool, place of waters. Looks spectacular. Now there's two ways to go. We're first going to head over on this side. And we're going to do a small loop down the Giracool track called the Giracool Loop, and then once we get to the intersection of the Piles Creek Loop, we're then going to start that. So this is 2 Ks, 40 minutes, grade 3, nice and easy, straight down there. And then the way we're going to come home is on this side over here, and this is where it says grade 5. I'm really looking forward to this grade 5. I've seen some grade 5s up in the Blue Mountains. I'll be able to compare to see how hard this is compared to them. So if you look here, so there you go, you've got Billura Lookout, 200 meters, 5 minutes, grade 3, Piles Creek Loop. That's what we're going to do. 4.7 kilometers, 3.5 hours. And then you can do the Great North Walk, grade 5 as well. So I'm a bit skeptical about these grade 5s. I don't know. From looking at it on the map, doing the research last night, they didn't look all that hard. When we did Victoria Falls up there in the Blue Mountains, that was a grade 5 because that was straight down and straight up. So we'll see anyway. Julesy's ready. She's filled up her water bottle. So we're just about to go. Where is she? Jules? She always takes on issues. Did you find water or not? Cool. Is it filtered or just tap? It's good enough. Put hairs on your chest. Ready to go? Yep. Let's go, baby. This first little section down here is all pebblecrete. I've never done a walk that starts into the bush with pebblecrete. Someone's taken their time to concrete this in once upon a time, and now we're down to steps. It's not very natural, unlike up in the mountains where it's very uneven and it matches the landscape. We've got a big rock down here. Julesy's taking pictures. What does it say? Aboriginal rock engravings, right where you're standing. It'll be on that other side of that pole, I'd say. Oh, down there. Yeah, but that's not the waterfall. Aboriginal rock engravings. Please show respect. Rock engravings provide valuable information of Aboriginal material, culture and social life. Engravings on rocks are an important part of Aboriginal songs, stories and customs that connect people with the land. Many of these sites are regarded as being of sacred or ceremonial significance to Aboriginal people, and they should not be interfered with. What was that? This is the normal walk. Where's the carvings though? Aboriginal rock engravings. Oh, here. There's a man there. Can you see him? I don't know how much it'll show up on the video, but you can see his two little legs here, arms out wide and tilted head. That's it. Is it just the one, or? So we shouldn't really go on that side and walk. I can't see any others. It looks like it's just that one. Alright, yeah, no, this is the track down here. She spoke about a metal arrow coming back up that takes you down to a waterfall. So. Metal arrow, yeah. But this is not taking us down to a waterfall. Well, it sounds like water. Yeah, I can hear it like a stream down here, but it doesn't sound as powerful as a waterfall would be. It's a chilly 9 degrees here. We can feel the chill in our bones, but I love it. And we can hear water down here. If you're wondering what thongs I've got on today, there's only one pair that I use for bushwalking, and that's the rangs. The boomerangs. These things have never ever let me down in 3 or 4 years I've been exploring with them. They give me grip. They've got arch support. They look cool. And I think the Aboriginal spirits approve of them. The boomerangs. Do yourself a favour, get onto the website on Facebook, Boomerangs Footwear, and buy yourself. They're not cheap, probably about $30, $40, but you get free straps. And I swear by them. How beautiful is this? Wow. Right. Look at that. Not a hell of a lot of water flowing, but something. Can you imagine that after rainfall up there? That would pour down from everywhere. You chilly? Cold? Look how that the tree has fallen directly across the pond, right underneath that rock. It looks like it's a walking bridge. Someone's even got some ribbons, looks like in the middle there. Look at the sun peeking through up there, just. Just up from that little pond down there, Jules has yelled out and said there's a lookout. What's it looking out to, Julie? Struggling to make what, sorry?
The double click for it, but I just found another one.
Okay.
I don't know what it's looking at.
Brula lookout.
Not really.
Brula. What are you looking at, Brula? Okay, so take away that bush. Would you be... Oh, it's probably the waterfall. Maybe the bush is growing up over there. See how you can see where we were at the waterfall? There's nothing else.
Look at that green in the tree.
Oh yeah, some new shoots in the tree there coming through. There's no way knowing this was a grade 3 walk. If this now takes us up to the T intersection to start the Piles Creek loop, there's no way knowing. Julesy, hang on for a sec. Come back. So just up from Brula Lookout, we have come to this marker that now leads us onto the Piles Creek loop. As you can see there, it says the Girracool loop. That takes us back up to the car, so this is the way we're going to be coming home. But on this side over here is the one that we're going to start. The Piles, I don't know if you can see that, the Piles Creek loop and Girracool loop, the Great North Walk. So this is the one that the lady told us. There's a suspension bridge, I think, down this way. She told us to look out for a little metal marker that leads us to the base of a waterfall. So we're going to have to look out for that. I'm not quite sure how much water is going to be flowing. And we're already at another lookout. This is very easy. Anyone can do this. You could be an 80-year-old and complete that first little section. Piles Creek Loop. We've got to turn left, Julesy. How long does it say? 4 kilometres, 3 hours, grade moderate hard. So it's gone from a grade 5 to a grade moderate hard now. Bundilla Lookout, grade 5. Oh no, it's back to grade 5 here. Above average fitness and navigation skills required. Yeah, that's Bundilla Lookout. It's 15 minutes away. We'll do the Piles Creek loop first, and we'll get back to this point. And if we're too tired, then we won't do this one. This is only 15 minutes down this way. Yeah, we come back up this way. Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure it's a loop, so you have to. I'm pretty sure. Look at that. Nice. Nice. It's a fair drop. Illura Lookout. Bundilla's up that way, so we might do that when we come back. Just up from Illura Lookout, come down these stairs here, it does say caution, low water level crossing only. You can only imagine how hard it would be down here to cross with heavy rainfall. I don't think you'll be getting through. But we've got these big concrete column steps over here, but these would be submerged. If this was full of water coming down, I don't think you'd be hitting these concrete steps. This is done so well. A lot of planning went into this this loop. So far, too easy. Julesy's made an executive decision. Oh, there, mate, there's Bundilla Lookout there. That's not 15 minutes away. Can you see it up in the distance? I think they're right off on their times, Jules. If that's Bundilla Lookout, how can that be from there to there 15 minutes? Did you get this down here? How about this? That's a nice drop down there. A real nice drop. What's wrong? Hang on. I just want to see if I can get this from around the corner here. Yeah. That's a big drop down here. Pass me that camera, Jules. Pity we can't go down the bottom there. Okay, so from up at that lookout there, that's where we'll get a good shot of this waterfall. You can get in behind it as well. I reckon I could climb down there. Check out this old tree here. So it's fallen this way here, and then the way it's been eaten out from the weather, it's a piece of sculpture. It's been through a fire. It's seen some devastation. This poor tree, it didn't survive. All his friends around him managed to survive, but unfortunately this tree is a reminder of the fires. I think this is a bit of him over here as well. I'd say the national parks would have cut it at one point. You can see a nice chainsaw mark on the base. We're going down. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot of rainfall, so the creeks down here are not really full. We're not hearing trickling water. It's been a very dry winter in 2023 compared to last year. Geez, we had some amazing adventures last year at Lura and the South Lawson walking track. They were brimming, all those waterfalls. We may have to do this one at some point again. Jules yelled out to me and said, up here looks a little bit like the Grand Canyon walk up there in the mountains. So we'll see what she means. We must be walking under a bit of a cliff. Look at this tree, hugging the cliff. It's worked its way around and it's actually clipping the rock face up there. We've got some graffiti from ghosts of the past. Oh yeah, here, let's see what she means. Yeah, this is like the Grand Canyon walk. You have a few places like this. Once you get down to the bottom steps and you start heading along, you start walking under the cliff. The steps seem very similar as well, the pavers. Some bird has just shat right on the step. I hope she got a picture down through here. That is very nice. Back to sun. What a gorgeous day. Yesterday when I came up here it was pouring down. The forecast did say that today was going to be 18 degrees, real feel 20, and then when you're walking you probably get up around 22, 23. Doesn't take long to warm up. It's been a long time since I've done a bushwalk. Well, we did one with Mav, but we were looking for trigs, but a proper bushwalk like this, I miss them. If someone asked me, what do you prefer to do? Would you do abandoned places for the rest of your life, or would you do bushwalks and waterfalls and caves? I would choose this any day of the week. There's something about getting into the bush, away from everyone. As much as I love abandoned places, I love the bush more. Look at all these rocks. These rocks would have been part of the mountain up here at some point, and they've just fallen down. There's a lot of things that people don't recognise when they're doing their bushwalks. You look at this big beast, would have been connected to up there. You see how it's hollowed out? And then if you have a look, the other one, look at all these ones down here. These at some point have broken away. All down here. I notice all that. A lot of people don't. Look how it's been chipped away from the weather. So just think next time you go for a bushwalk and you see a rock. There's little rocks here, a little bit bigger rock. All these rocks have fallen from somewhere. Sometimes you see huge ones in the creek beds, in the river beds, and you think, how far have they rollen down to land down where they are? If I was to stand here 2,000, 3,000 years ago, this would look completely different. It wouldn't be recognisable. I'm virtually just walking under the cliff. Jules's taken off. What I should do is next time we go for a bushwalk, I should bring the UHF radios. That means that then Jules can contact me no matter how far ahead she gets, and she can notify me when something spectacular comes up, so I'm ready to start filming. These must have been all chopped down. These are heavy pavers. How do you reckon they got all these down here? Surely they would have chopped all these down. That's what? Oh, they wouldn't be carrying them, yeah, from the helicopter and winching them down. Spot here for a helicopter to drop stuff off. So. Very secluded walk. We haven't seen too many walkers apart from those three. So we're close to the freeway. Can you hear it, Jules? The F3? It's just up there. The M1 heading to Newcastle. It's just on top of that ridge. That's what ruins it a little bit, that you can hear traffic. Whereas up in the Blue Mountains, you could hear just bird life and breaking of branches when it's windy. But up here we can just hear the cars. I can't hear any birds at all. You can see the guardrail up the top there on the M1 F3. See if a truck goes past and you'll see the canopy of it. There's a car going past. I don't know if that's going to come through the camera. But that's how close we are to the freeway. A big semi just went past a minute ago and it was very visible. It's not the nicest thing in the world to hear. Walking through the bush. Alright, we better start jogging. Jules has taken off big time. There's not many picture opportunities through here, so she must have the camera in her pocket and she's doing one of those power walks. I can see a silhouette of a marker up the top here, so it's going to tell us what's ahead. The lady that we spoke to said we're going to see plenty of flowers, and that's true. Everything is blooming. I'm not a real fan of flowers. Julie loves her flowers. Okay, we have got Kariong Scout Camp to the left, the Great North Walk, Piles Creek Loop. Okay, see Piles Creek Loop, Jules, we're going to have to come back along this this trail, so it's not like we're leading anywhere else. We're going to backtrack. And Girracool picnic area is where we parked the car. So it's all pretty straightforward. There's been a bit of either back burning here, or I'd say it's back burning. It looks controlled. Bit of back burning. You should be on Funniest Home Video. When do you see Optimus? When do you see Optimus Prime falling over? Very rarely, if any. The balance that he's got on his feet is like a mountain cat, Julie. Like a mountain cat. I do credit the thongs though. The boomerangs give me incredible. What was that? I just said that before. You've been facetious? Okay, that's nice that you picked up on it though. What do you remember what the suspension bridge is called? Rod something, is it Rod? There's meant to be a bridge here somewhere along the Piles Creek Loop. That'll probably be the highlight, and the waterfall, if there is any water flowing off it. But I think the highlight will be that bridge. It looked pretty nice on the pictures we looked at last night. So this is Julie's walk today. I told her, you've got to lift your game, you've got to pull your weight, find something for us to do up here, and she chose this. That's a nice backburn. Well done, kids. Look out, 20 metres. Okay, matey, wait. Hello, how are you? I think those guys there, they left the car park the same time we did. So when we parked the car, we were the first car in that car park, and they pulled in straight after us, but they didn't do the Girracool track. They went straight down the Piles track. They might do it on the way home. What lookout is this? There's no sign. See, I just don't... Why is it that hard just to put a sign up? Maybe there's no lookout. Maybe it's just not named anything. What was that? We are very high way up. Wow. I can't see the freeway anymore. I can hear water down there. Can you hear that? Maybe that's where we're heading down to. Maybe that's why they consider it a Great Fire, because we're going to head down and then we're going to head all the way up. See, this looks a little bit like the walks in the mountains where you're up high and you get all the way to the base and then you bug it and then having to walk back up again. So maybe it is the Great Fire. Did you say smile? I find it hard to smile. Scene of devastation up here. All the black boys have been burnt. Jules said that she read somewhere that's what you need to do and they come back thriving. So I think that's why they had no problem. How many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one right at the back there. 8 black boys in this one little section here. And down here Jules yelled out that there's a cave. So this big rock here, down here. So again, if you're stuck in the bush and you need shelter, just look out for rocks and you'll come across something like this, where it works also like a windbreak, and you could build a fire I've got my fire making utensils in my tack belt here. What I use is I've got a little flint, a really tiny little flint. I've got a tiny jar of Vaseline, and I've got a cotton bud, or a pack of cotton buds. And what that does, if you are to dip the cotton bud in the Vaso and stick it in the ground and light it with the flint, that will burn approximately 3 to 5 minutes. So as long as you collect all your tinder, all the dry stuff on the ground, and have that ready to go, you will start fire without a problem. And they work for chapped lips, so that's why I bring the Vaseline. You can use it for a number of things. Oh, look at that! My adventure girl. That's unlike you to do something like that without me telling you. I'm very impressed. Yeah, it is. How'd you get up there? Look at that, you scared me actually. You actually blend in with the black. Up where? How am I going to get up through there? Well, I could, but I've got a pack on. I could get up through there, but not holding the camera. I'll just come up here and film it. I'm down to 1 bar on this battery, so this battery's already gone. Did you climb up here? How am I going to get grip up here? Ah, oh, no, this is not going to work. Alright. Excuse the shaking of the camera. Another cave. Yeah. That's what wind and rain and the elements and the sun, that's what it does. Actually, you might be able to go down that hole to get back. Do you want me to get a picture of you here, or? Yeah, I'll get a picture. Hang on. Just be careful getting down, Julesy. Got some great shots up here. Interested to see how these come out. Got a few more walkers. It's impressive rock. They've backburned everywhere. I didn't even think they'd seen us. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. I'll see if I can get down through there. Oh, they're Vikings. They're Saxons. They must be having some sort of cosplay or something. Yeah. It's a little bit too high to jump. Jules, if I pass you the camera down through here, can you grab it, you reckon? Actually, I might be able to come down. I might be able to come down through here. It's another spot here where you can have shelter. Someone might have already placed a fire up here, it smells. What was that? Saxons or Vikings or something, weren't they?
That's something, you know, Chinese friends would do.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You want to see if we can grab this? Alright. Be careful, it's on, so keep it as still as you can. Can you see me or not?
Yeah.
How am I going to get it down without falling? I'm just going to slide straight down. This is not going to work out too well. I've got no grip. When we do that walk down Gerringong Falls, there's going to be something like this that we're going to have to get down. And getting back up again might be a little bit hard, but it's nice. Nice and easy. But you got to remember, we are old timers. We're not as flexible as you young people. Well, hopefully we'll meet up with these guys that were all dressed up like the Saxons or the Vikings or whatever they were, and see what they're doing. I think it was some sort of cosplay thing. Remember years and years ago at Summersby Falls, down at that lower, the hidden waterfall, a whole group went down there and they were doing a film. They were filming something down there. I think I've got it on video. I don't know what they were doing, but they carried camera equipment and everything down there. So. These are the problems a woman has when she's got a beautiful mane of hair. Keeping it up in a bun, then letting it loose. Jules is a real throwback to those beautiful women from the 80s with those glorious big hairs you used to see on Dynasty and Dallas and all those TV shows. Now we just spoke to a couple of walkers who were huffing and puffing. We're coming back up here, and they told us we're going to cross a little bridge down here. But then I asked him about the suspension bridge, and he said it's no longer there. He says it's broken. I asked him what was it from the floods or something, and he goes, I don't know, but he said you can still cross, but the actual bridge that's displayed on the internet is no longer there. So it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like. It's going to be like an abandoned bridge. It might be even better than we thought. If it's not that bad, I'm still going to walk across it. So this is where they consider it a grade 5. Now it makes sense. Walking down's easy. Coming back up is going to be where we burned the calories. Can you see the bridge anywhere, Jules, or not? Okay. Jules is talking to the Saxons, the Vikings. We might get murdered here. This video footage might be evidence to our murder.
We also do a lot of canoeing. So again, with all of our boats,
Look out here.
Viking food. So we've got cheese and nuts and whatever, jerky, dried meats.
Good.
So that's us. And the QR code on that just goes to our Facebook page. We've got photos of just about everything we do.
Brilliant. Where are you based, up here in Central Coast?
We are. This area, yeah.
In Newcastle, okay.
Most of our rentals are
Central Coast. Oh, okay.
well, 50-50, yeah. But because of the conditions, because as I said, all the clothes are actually really hot, so Nathan there's wearing wool pants wrapped with wool leg wraps, and then he's got a very heavy linen tunic on and a woolen clothes, and that's lightweight here. So what we find is in summer we can't do anything, it's too hot.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we chase conditions a lot. So we're based here, but we'll go up to Armidale because it's cold.
Yeah.
We'll go down south to Kariong. We're heading there in a month. So
Yeah.
there'll be photos hopefully of us in the snow again.
Nice.
Oh.
Very good. Do you ever head up to the mountains, the Blue Mountains? Have you ever done anything up there?
Really?
Not really?
Mostly because when we can get the time to actually get together as a group, if it's not a quick morning walk like this,
Yeah.
we then tend to go big and we'll go 4 days and water cannons, for example, is a real problem.
Yeah,
so
I can imagine.
Put a water bottle there, that's about the biggest they've ever found from the Vikings do to hold them attached to a boat.
Wow.
And so in Australia, it's just not enough.
Yeah.
So you've got to either do modern options, which we don't like to do.
Yep.
And you can't start a fire to boil it in the national parks either.
Yeah.
So we head down to Perishing because we know there we can drink the water out
Yep.
of the stream
Yeah.
with minimal risk.
Understandable.
And it's pretty fantastic to stand on the edge of the snowy river on a metre deep compacted snow and lower your water bottle in. Just like,
Brilliant.
again, just like the people from the field.
Yeah, awesome. Do you know that the bridge is no longer in circulation? Do you know why it's not? I asked one of the guys down here and said that big suspension bridge is busted. He says you can still get across, but yeah, that's the same. We looked at it. The bridge looked intact, but I asked him, and he said these two walkers up there. He said there's a little bridge that we crossed, and then I asked him about the big suspension bridge. He goes, it's no longer there.
Maybe they've just determined it wasn't that long ago that we used it, so...
Yeah, maybe they don't know what they're talking about. We'll suss it out.
Or maybe the technology's got to the point now they don't need.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, that's why we've come down to have a look at that bridge. So. Have a look at this tree stump. Absolutely massive.
Very bold, that's for sure.
Yeah. Look how good it looks up through here. So it winds up and it winds down. You can really smell that burning of bush down here. What nice guys these Saxons are. They're heading to do a huge walk in Perisher in 4 weeks' time. Look at that. Now we're climbing up. Yeah. So we're going from rainforest areas down there where there's no sunlight at all, and we're back up to the top of the tree canopies where the sun's just gleaming. Let's see what this bridge is all about. I asked these guys, and they've done this walk many times, and they don't know of why this bridge would be not in circulation. They said it's still visible on the website, and we confirmed that. That's what we said as well. But one walker says it's not, and these guys say it is. We have to see with our own eyes. This is why it smells more backburning. So we're working our way back down in the rainforesty area. I love these steps, these stone steps. Think about how long ago these must have been put here. And they're still in the ground strong, so our grandfathers and great-grandfathers, they did an amazing job. They knew how to place steps at what angle. Okay, Patonga, 1 to 2 days, grade 5, 20 kilometres. Couldn't you do a 20-kilometre walk in a day? 1 to 2 days. And 16 kilometres, 1 to 2 days, grade 5. The Great North Walk, the Tonga Ferry. So that's that takes you over to where I live on the northern beaches of Sydney. Summersby, Piles Creek, 150 metres, Girracool Loop. So we're close to the creek. Maybe there's bridges up here. 150 metres. It's like a sprint. A little bit quicker than the 100-metre sprint. A little bit more, sorry, than the 100-metre sprint. I can hear people down there. We can hear people. I can hear voices unless Jules is making conversation with someone again. She does love a chat, that girl. But she takes off quick. What's wrong? You see something special. I like the sound of that. Are you looking back at me, or is that the special thing you're talking about? Wow, I can see it as well. The bridge is still there. So what are those guys talking about? Is it blocked off? If this bridge is still in circulation, I'm just going to be baffled at why that guy said, there you go, see it in the distance there. He said there's another way to cross. So maybe it is closed. There is a door on there. So maybe the door is closed. Look at that. Gorgeous. So this is where we might have to turn around and come back in. Because if we continue, we're going to end up in Patonga. With the green ferns. Okay, so that's the bridge he's talking about. It's no longer there. I wasn't even talking about that bridge. So this is what he meant. But that's what I was asking him about. We had cross communication, Julie. What was that? Oh yeah. Oh, we're not allowed to stand on it. They're sleepers, man. They're not going anywhere. Hang on. Let me go over here. In front of you. Is this moving or? There's the other side over there. The only thing this is lacking is just a raging torrent. I would love a raging torrent to be coming down through there. You reckon it ever gets as high as the base of that bridge, the water down here? I don't think so. Alright, well, so this was the original bridge through here. And this is the suspension bridge that there's a picture off online. So just a little bit of wires crossed. But I'm sure I did ask him about the suspension bridge. This is a suspension bridge. Mate, this is a feat to build this all the way down here. So what do we do? Do we just turn around? Because the sign over there said if we keep on going, it's 1 to 2 days walk to Patonga and Summersby, so we don't want to do that. Maybe this is... Yeah, loop sort of. Maybe we'll go up as far as we see the next sign and see what it says. You want me to go in front of you? Let me go in front of you. I don't want those young boys looking at your bottom. How nice does that look down through there? Rather bare. Don't shake it, Julie. Stop it. Hopefully there'll be a sign down here saying either turn around or... Yep, here we go. This is... Oh, we've got like a picnic around over here. There you go, Piles Creek Loop on this side of the... so we're going to head on this side of the creek. No, we don't go back up through the bridge. This takes us to the Great North Walk, I gather, to Patonga and Summersby. This is the loop. See, Piles Creek Loop.
Oh, so we don't get back way up there?
No, we're coming up here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, but we'll take a few more pictures of this bridge, I think, before we start making our way. But this looks like a picnic area here. How beautiful it's through here. Yeah, I know, this is the place. If we ever come here again, see, we've got to start bringing people along to these places and show people how nice. Look how huge that gum tree is up there. It's massive. It's shedded and it looks nice and creamy colour. That's where people camp at night. The Saxons have joined us. Jules, you might be able to get a nice picture of the bridge from down here. I think you'll get the whole thing from down here though. Oh. I'm going to get the Saxons crossing it. Oh, how nice is it down here? And this is why Prime has thongs. Because you're not having to stop all the time and take off shoes. You can just wade through the water. As far as that, I'll tell you what, it is chilly. It is very chilly. So there's the bridge. You know, what was it called, the bridge? It was the rod. You want to look on your phone? Remember you took a picture of it? It did have a name. Tell me what it is, Jules. No, it wasn't that. I thought it was rod something. I love that bird. Definitely going to have to get a picture. The Houghton Bridge. Okay, so there you go, chaps and chicklets. The suspension bridge is the Houghton, did you say? H-O-R-T-O-N, Julesy? Houghton, H-O-U. H-O-U-G-H-T-O-N, Houghton. Houghton Bridge. All right, what I might do, I might jump up on top of the middle of the bridge there, get a picture of me here, and then I'll get the same for you. You're a bundle of information today, Dom. We've just got a couple of great pics with Jules and the group, the Saxons. They were kind enough to pose up there. So that's going to make a nice shot. Having a chat with them up here. What a beautiful area here. Look at this tree. Look how old this was. Is that a tree or a rock? No, it is a tree. Look at the size of that. Look at the stump of it coming into the ground underneath, but it's snapped. That would have been there a long, long time. Slippery. Oh, here we go. This is where it is. Houghton Bridge. Where's the old bridge? The old bridge is down over here. Let's do a little bit of rock hopping. Oh, this has still got some stairs still left. How fun is that? The original stairs. This will make a good picture too. I'll have to get Jules here. This just gives us another angle. Okay, so what I'll do, we've got a picture of Jules on the bridge from that side. I might get on the bridge and I'll get Jules to get a picture from this side. Stunning. This bit is well worth coming for this walk. We may come across a few more waterfall or a waterfall from what the lady said, but you see the old bridge? This is the bridge that he was talking about. Here. So when I was talking to that guy, he meant this one here. Is it? Yeah. What is it? Hey, Jules? Julesy, can you come over here, please? Back in at Perisher. All right, just about to make it. Thank you. Oh, did you? I'll keep tabs on you, see how you go. I wish those Saxons luck at Perisher. I'm going to keep tabs and see how they go in 4 weeks' time. So yeah, just about to make our way. I noticed here on the bridge, bridge load limit 10 persons. How many of them was there? 6, and Julie was 7. Plus they were carrying some heavy equipment, so he might have been at the maximum load. Julie's taken off. Say goodbye to the Houghton Bridge one last time. They could, I know it's rustic, but they could maybe paint the inside of the letters so people notice it, because that's easily, you could easily walk past that without noticing it. So. Oh, they're having their lunch down there. Very good. Look at that, I'm already puffing. And look at this, straight up through the cutting here. Now we understand the grading of this joint. This here reminds me of Fitzroy Falls. So if you look at old pictures online, you were able once upon a time to walk down a Fitzroy Falls pool. And back in the late 80s, I think it was, there was a rock collapse and no one's allowed down that track anymore. But there's poles like this, old bench and picnic tables, and you can see where the rock collapse has occurred, and it looks similar to that, where this would cave in on this side and then you wouldn't be able to get through. You'd have to worm your way through. Oh, it just winds up around. I'm puffing a little bit now. It's been a while since I've done up and down tracks. This is where a burn's going to really happen. As long as we're going up and down. If you remember Victoria Falls, it's down all the way, but then it's up all the way. The horse track was the same. It was just straight up. If I was to ever do that again, I would go down the horse track, then up the creek to Beauchamp, and up the Grand Canyon stairs. That would be my advice to anyone thinking about doing Beauchamp Falls. What did you say, Jules? I can't hear. Oh, you're warm now, no? I bet you're kicking yourself now having to carry your jacket. The weather forecast did say it was going to warm up, so. Every time I turn the camera off, I have to turn it back on again. Look at this. Just awesome. Back down, you're walking around the side of a cliff and then straight down in the rainforest again. Only thing missing is trickling water. That's the only thing. But this is an awesome, awesome walk. If anyone's up here on the Central Coast, or anyone from anywhere in Sydney and you want to do a cool walk, come and do Girracool and then join the Piles Creek Loop and hit the suspension bridge. There still may be a waterfall up here somewhere. Look for that yellow, not yellow, look for the metal marker, Jules. That lady said you'll see a little metal marker to follow to get on the base of the waterfall. I'm pretty sure that, you know where that's going to be? Where I took the picture on top of the waterfall. Back at that lookout that we're at. That's where I think we'll find a little marker, because I didn't hear any water dropping on the other side, because the creek's just down there. We would have been walking just on the other side. I didn't hear anything. So if I was to put money on it, it'll be the waterfall that I took a picture from the top, and we'll be able to get on the bottom and take a picture looking at it from there. Look at this rock face. Wow. It looks like the thing where a whole bunch of rocks have been put together. Yeah. I just noticed this hole here, and I do think it's the actual rock, but it looks like there's a tin plate, a round tin plate. If you have a look at the top there, it looks like there's like little weld marks, and it looks like a hole that goes into the abyss down there as well. It looks like it goes in under this huge rock here, but I don't know how that's going to come through the camera, but it actually looks like tin. I actually thought that someone had blocked that off. I wouldn't have been able to fit through there anyway, so. No. I'm going to save myself for a beautiful mellow yellow, extra chilled, and I might go, what's the 2 sizes of rump steak? No, yeah, it's a certain grams. Do they have like the 4 kilo one? I might go the 4 kilo one. I could eat the 4 kilo one though. Yeah, I haven't had a... What did you say? That's a little bit risky. We'll get demonetised. Did you say eat 4 kilos of you? That could be taken many different ways. I suggest you contemplate how you word things. You know, sexual type orientation on YouTube is not allowed. You know how I know this? Through the Franchise Kicks YouTube channel. because they get a little bit risky at times. And Becky on there, she will say something without even knowing, and then Clint will just look at her and they'll start laughing their heads off. If anyone wants a really funny YouTube channel, really informative YouTube channel to watch, type in Franchise Kicks. They're a couple from the United States. I think it might be Minnesota. I'm not too sure. I'm only guessing that bit. But they, you know, I never miss an episode. He unboxes Funko Pops, but they do a lot of videos where they unbox together as a couple, married couple. They're one of the best couples, you know. They've been married for 13 years or something, and they just bounce off each other. Like, you talk about soulmates, those two are just soulmates, you know. And it's just natural. They don't put anything on, but they just click. They could have their own TV show and it would be a success. So if you want to see a really cool channel, Franchise Kicks. What was that? I don't think that's the one. There's no marker on this one though. We've got moss here. Moss is the kryptonite to thongs. We can hear water down there, but there was no track leading to it. Sounds like a little cascading waterfall, but we haven't seen any markers that takes us down there. We may have missed it, I'm not too sure. I'm sure someone will let me know. We're coming across a few little bridges now, but we're far away from whatever water was down there. If you really want to test yourself, considering that the creek bed is dry, is walking up the creek bed. I don't think Jules would be able to do it. Maybe I might not even be able to do it, but that would be really nice, just walking the rock hopping. We did that down at Mount Kira, where we hopped the river there as well, and we got lost a little bit, ended up at the boys' camp. So that would be nice, just to head up the creek to the lookout there where we first initially started. Might be a struggle to get back up onto the track, but that'd be something different. Here we go, another little bridge, little walkway. Very well designed. On one side of the creek and then the other. And we've got a few walkers this way. Hello, how are you? I'll go down this way. No worries. How are you?
Thank you.
No problem. I love seeing that. I love seeing parents take their kids into the bush. More people should do it. My parents never took me in the bush, but I was lucky enough to hang around people and watch a little old movie called First Blood back in the early 80s that made me fall in love with waterfalls, the bush, knives, guns, caves, mines. It was that movie that just triggered me, and I still love it today. Actually wearing a shirt today, a scene from First Blood. So that gave me my passion way back then. And then visiting my parents' homeland. Their village is at the base of a mountain, or it's surrounded by mountains. So there may come a time in the future where I visit their homeland, and you wait till I video and film some of those places. Abandoned villages, massive mountains, you know, their villages, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 years old. And it's just, I went there as an 11-year-old, so it was funny. That year I went in 1982, I was in 6th grade, 11-year-old. I went to their homeland in July, so winter here, and we just seen the end of the snow cap there, and then it was turning into summer. We spent 3 months there, and all there is to do is just climb mountains and build shelters and muck around with the little kids of the village. And later that year premiered First Blood. So 1982 was a huge year for me. That's where all the passion came from. That initial holiday, world holiday, over to Macedonia, and then First Blood coming out, and wow, hooked for life. So if you haven't seen it, if you have not seen First Blood, grab it. Grab it and have a look at the beautiful waterfalls, and have a look at the bush that he survives in, have a look at the creeks, the chill, how he's taught to ignore pain and weather and eat things that make a billy goat puke. It is just a really inspirational movie. Sun, we're now back, sun-kissed. Julesy, where are you? Oh, here she is. You've just missed out. I had a very poignant moment with the viewers. It was story time with Optimus Prime. I was telling him about an 11-year-old. An Optimus Prime as an 11-year-old. Where were you? I know you would have loved that story. Don't take off so much. Just hang back. You would have loved to hear that story of a young thing. Oh, have a look at that. Move forward a bit. Do you see that? Looks like something out of the Transformers.
Oh yeah, there's 2 eyes and a mouth.
Stop it. Can you see it or not?
Yeah.
It is, look. That looks like something out of the Transformers. That could transform.
Optimus Prime.
No, it doesn't look like Optimus Prime, but that could transform into something. Can you see it or not? I can see it like plain as day. I'm just trying to get a different angle. That's a face. That could be some old Autobot that's frozen in time. You never know. Look at it. I'm telling you, that's how that's depicted in the movies. This is where he might be hiding from the Decepticons. I can't see it on this eye, yeah? Yeah. Here's one eye here. There's the mouth. That's what their mouths look like. And there's the other eye. See, I see things that other people don't see. I think it's storytelling. Hans Christian Andersen. But I'm hungry. I want to get back to the car, and I want to head down into Woi Woi. And I want to have a nice pub feed. That's how we end these days. To end a perfect day, always have a nice feed. She's taken off again. How quick does this girl walk? Okay, I've just had Jules yell out, this is the lookout. What lookout? I don't know. Bundilla! Okay, so we should be only 15 minutes away from that other lookout just up here. So we've come to Bundilla in the opposite direction. So that's the waterfall, yeah? Yeah, is that the waterfall in front of us? Yeah. Now this is the lookout that we could have walked to. Yeah, Bundilla. Ah, nice. A little bit too far away. It looks beautiful. They're just starting to walk now. I reckon we can make it down there. Right at the base. Alright, we're having a bit of a discrepancy here. When we were over at this lookout over here, I'm sure that there was a sign saying 15 minutes to Bundilla Lookout. I'm going to keep the camera running I think we'll make it over there in no more than 4 minutes. 15 minutes. Poles Creek Loop. All right, let's see how much it winds around. And then I'm going to see if I can find that sign that says 15 minutes. I can see it, it's over there in the distance. Unless there's a left turn here and it takes us back up towards the freeway, because I can hear the freeway again. We're going to make this in under 2 minutes. This is beautiful. It's like a little dam. Right, it's even stopping and it'll still make it in time. Whoever marked that, the map, the route, the time to Bundilla Lookout must have done it on his hands and knees. I just want to make sure I didn't read it wrong, because I'm sure I read Bundilla Lookout.
Might have been there and back.
We've got to go this way. Oh, okay, so this takes us back down to that lookout. Hang on, it's just down here. Let's do this, Jules, and we'll come back up here. Another little waterfall down there. Look for a marker. Maybe it'll take us down to this waterfall. See, there's a track down there. I'm going to head down. We're going to head down there in a second. No, come down. Look, it's nice and easy. Straight down. Come on. Come on, we're here now. Jules, this is where she was talking about. Get at the bottom. We're going down there for sure. For sure. Start making your way down. I just want to see. Where was it? Bundilla Lookout, 200 metres, 15 minutes. Oh, you've been smoking something. You have been smoking something, whoever wrote that. Can you see a marker here? That lady said that there was a marker here. This is going to take us straight underneath the waterfall. This is what dreams are made of. You want me to go in front of you? So this was a track once upon a time, but they do not mention it anymore. So they don't want you coming down there. There might have been a few mishaps. Whoa, this is going to be beautiful down here. So we've got dual waterfalls. One on this side and this massive one over here. Which one do you want to head? I think head straight first, and then we'll do this one on the way home. Oh, that looks picturesque, Julesy. So there you go, boys and girls. I don't know how many people come down here, but on my video, once you get to the railing up the top there. What was that? Yeah, I know. That's what I took a picture of up above. That's beautiful. Oh, there's the rock that we need to be on down there. You need to be on this rock down here to get the right shot. I think we'll sit here for a little bit. Magnificent. So where was I? I was just up here before. Another tree growing up the side of the rock. And what's this little waterfall? We'll have to make our way around a little bit more. This would have been a pristine swimming hole once upon a time. I don't know if you'd swim in it now. Looks rather dirty. But I can see, or I can hear, or I can envisage Aboriginal children back in the day jumping off the rocks here. There would even be some guys that had balls of steel that probably would jump off up there, depending on how deep it is. You okay? Watch those ankles, darling. That's where you want to get the shot, Julesy. If you come down to where I am behind the waterfall, jump down this side. You can see people have come down here and slipped, and it's really slippery here. I'm going to have to jump back up on here and make my way up. I don't know how slippery these rocks are going to be, but we're going to give it a crack. They are very slippery. This is like black rock. That is so slippery. There's a bit of a dry spot there, but I don't know if I can get up to it. There you go. Underneath the waterfall. Josie. Magnificent. And today's glasses are the Midnight Blues RB2140 Wayfarers. The polarized. They absolutely pop. And the hat that I have on today, from a place you will not see comes a sound you will not hear. I love that patch. sniper. You ready to go home, darling? Hungry for a feed? Let's see if we can put it on Jules's head. Alright, we'll make it up to the top car park and we'll bid you farewell. If anyone decides to go up on this rock here, be very careful, it's slippery. You will hurt yourself. Make sure you go virtually on your hands and knees. Do not touch this, because this is just, I've never felt anything so slimy. Even getting up here is hard, but I've put this rock up here, so use this rock to boost you up. You might be able to head up there, but I wouldn't. Good luck. We got some final pictures. I managed to tightrope along here, walk along this, what is it, a gum tree? Whatever it is. And got some great pictures of Jules just there. Just wait there. All right, you go up and I'll meet you up there. I've got to try to make it back on this thing now. I don't think I can. It'll go right underneath the water for me. But then I've got to get my thongs. My thongs are over here. All right, hang on. I might film going under the waterfall here. Not that it's a huge waterfall, but you can't leave the boomerangs behind. Okay, I can actually get behind there. I can get behind. Oh, I don't think you can see anything because of the sun. The sun is blocking everything. That's better. Look at that. We're gonna get wet. Ooh, quicksand. I know, my camera getting wet. Are you going to go get my thongs, darling? All right, I'll get them, hang on. What's the light coming down here? It looks slippery. Do I keep filming just in case I fall? Oh, there's no way down. Oh, if that was a stick there, I would have been in trouble. I would have been in big trouble. Big trouble, little bubbles. Come on, Rangs. What are you doing? Time to go home, boys. Time to go home. I don't think I can go that way. Let's go on here. Ooh. Where's she gone? Straight up there. Sorry for the shaking of the camera. Let's see how we can go up here with the camera. Well, that just topped off the day. That was the cherry on top. That was the cherry on top. Your legs are tight. Mine are ultra tight.
Left or right?
Left. Yeah, we're going to go up a different track, I think, because we did this track over this side. Ooh. Just make sure it says Girapul car park. Whew. That's a bit of an effort. Where was the post? There was a post here. Maybe it's down there somewhere. Okay, well, we're going up, so. What's it say? Yeah, we've got to go back to this one. No, Girapul straight. Yeah, we didn't come from up there. We came from the left. This goes back to the car park. We came from there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this goes back. Pretty sure this goes back to the car park, just a different way. Oh. We'll see anyway. Let's go on a track that we haven't been on before. Oh, that was an effort. So these are the bags that get dropped down by helicopter. These are the big handle bags. So a helicopter must hover up the top here and drops these big Hessian bags. There's nothing in it. Probably pavers. We're back onto the Pebble Creek, Julie. That's a good sign. That means we're close to the car. Here is another one of these rocks I was telling you about. So this has rolled down a long, long way. So look at the size of this monster. There is a smaller cliff there. That would have been maybe twice, 3 times the size many thousands of years ago. So it may have fallen from there or even higher up. But look where it's landed. Another one here, that would have been part of it as well. That's an impressive one, that one. Another little wooden bridge. Look at that. Wow, you can see that's landed on its side, so it's broken off on that bit. You can see along that edge there, that it's snapped off. Wonder what, must have been like a little earthquake, or who knows why that would have snapped off like that. I don't think the rain or the weather would have done that. It would have been some sort of seismic action for it to do that. No further, nowhere else to go. Here it is, up this way. Oh, down here? Oh, so we're coming across Andamira lookout. Andamira. There's another little waterfall. Yeah, see, in heavy rainfall, all these beautiful, like, we could come back and just do the Girapul walk, because all the waterfalls are on the Girapul walk. Let me come down there with you. The only thing that was on the Piles Creek loop was the Phil Houghton bridge, but on this Girapul there's all these little waterfalls that are not flowing all that much. Here, you want to pull that out of my pocket here? Don't you dare take any with your phone. Right, push it down there. Can I walk down in there, you reckon? Let me see if I can get right up in the base of it. sun's playing havoc with the video. Oh, we got slippery rocks here. Still, the sun's still on. There you go. There's the sun just peeping through the bushes there. We haven't seen any signs saying what these waterfalls are called. Unless whatever lookout that is, there must be whatever, that's a waterfall. Is it? There's not much water flowing. What was that? What about if I stand underneath it and you want to get a picture? Did you get a picture of me with the side of it or not? I love that trickling water. That sound. We can see some power lines here, which means we are close, I think. High voltage, it's the first time I've seen that. So I don't think we're too far away from where we need to be. I can see a car in the distance, are we there? This might be a different car park. Julie, is this the same car park? I think it is. I think it is. I want to see those arms go up in the air if it is. I can't. You don't think it's our car park? Really? Where have we come then? Yeah, there's your car down there. Is it the one? She was a little bit worried there. She thought we had come to a different car park and had to go back along the trail. Mate, loop track means loop track, simple as that. So, well done. That was a great walk. That was an awesome walk. So we started from over here, started the Girracool track, then we turned left for the piles, and then when we come back to that point, we turn left to finish off the Girracool and come around this way. That is great. Very good. How are you? There it was, right there. That's where we started. Julie's car should be just here. And this is where we paid. And we are done. Okay, that's it. Thanks for joining us. Until we see you next week, we've got a couple of trick stations with Mavericks. Here we go. Must be Girracool waterfall. Yeah, so it's not as flowing as the picture shows there. Yeah, so next week we've got a couple of tricks to find with Mavericks, and then we've got a deep, dark place to enter. And with any luck, Tracker and Tonka will be joining us. So until we see one another again, from Julesy and myself, adios.